All right, the last part is we're trying to find the Brewster's angle, the angle where the reflected ray is completely polarized. Now, to set up, we have to be very careful. So what I've done in orientation, because a cylindrical lens must, because it's spherical, you have to exactly center it, or else you're gonna get a little bit of error. So the light beam comes in, you can see at 0 degrees, and it goes out at 0 degrees. So I've centered the cylindrical lens. Notice if it's not quite center, watch what happens to move to the side a little bit. The lens is still lined up along the component line, but it's off axis. So we want to make sure at the beginning that we set our lens up and it stays that way, because it's very important to get nice accurate value. It's not 0, there we go. That's pretty good. So it's at 0, comes in at 0, goes out at 0. So now that I've set the lens, instead of moving the lens, I'm going to move the table. Now it says start at 10 degrees. Now the problem with 10 degrees is if I move the table 10 degrees and it says look at the reflected ray. Well, the reflected ray should be here. It's very, very dim, so it's not going to work very well. So what we're going to have to do is move it a little further. Oh, now we can see the reflected ray. It's a little more, do you see it right there? It's dim, but you can see it. So now we're going to try, maybe a little bit more. We're going to put the polarizer where that reflected beam is. And I've got the special little platform that goes right there. There it goes. All right, so I've got the polarizer set up right where that reflected beam is. And let's actually see if we can move the iPad down and look inside. I have to turn the light off. Let's see, can we see? Yep, there it is. All right, so we can get an idea of the reflected light. Just want to make sure. So what I've done is it asks you actually to set the polarizer at 90 degrees first. So let's see if you can see that it's set at 90 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so you see how I set it at 90 degrees? Okay, and that's important because it's crossed. Now I still see some light coming in. What we want to do is move the table, and I'm going to move the iPad with it. I still see the light. The light's getting dimmer though. You see how light the dim is? How dim the light is? And I don't see any light around here, so this must be the exact angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get exactly the angle, and then we're going to do the measurements in the last video.